Hi guys, this is Syed Mohammad Al Mueed and I'm going to be showing you my end of the group progress report for OOP. So this is our second week. Um, so let me just show you our PNG file first. So I've managed to make all of this on Inkscape. The black hole has a bunch of Bezier, bunch of curves in it, which are going to be used to animate it, give the effect of animation. I've made the platforms again, and then that's the TNT. Moving on. So this is the O project. So this is the coding actually. So I've chosen a screen height of 600 by 400. Um, I'm generating my objects over here. I'm rendering them over here, and right. The progress that I made since the last video is basically that. In the last video was basically just me doing all my work in main, and what I managed to do is transport all of that into proper headers and CPP files, so it's proper classes working now, which sounds pretty easy but took a long while for me to do. There were a lot of issues with rendering. There was a lot of problems I had with understanding which point, how to use grender, how to use the sprite texture pointer, and everything like that. Anyways, I'll show you how it works. So it's getting it off the picture. So the sprite clips are getting whatever dimensions they need off the picture. X and Y and width and height are being assigned over here. I've set the getter setters for X and Y. Um, the getters, I mean, not the setters, sorry. The getters, which will be used in collision detection. Um, and this is a render function. It's pretty much the same for every single one of them other than the coordinates are provided. So TNT has different coordinates. TNT works in the same way. It all has the getters for the width and height. Moving on, I'll show you how it renders. Uh, okay, so it's rendering fine. As you can see, this is kind of printing over and over again. That's because it's stuck in the while loop. But as you can see, the overloaded constructor is called for all three objects, and that's pretty good. So you can see I've written over here and in every single other one of these as well. So that's all the progress I've made so far. I'll be working on collision detection from now on. Thank you.
So this is week number 2 and I'm about to breeze and I'm recording my project progress video, and I'll show you what progress I've made. So mainly this week was spent on understanding SDL, and I got to know about new functions that we use in SDL. So last week what we did is we made this tank appear on the screen. We divided the image into different sizes and rendered different images on top of each other. And now we'll see what. And my this week's target was to move this tanker forward, backward, and try to move the turret of the tank. So for this, first look into the code. I've made a bit of changes in my alt texture class first. So I've changed. Let me show you my prototype function. So I've added float. I've changed the x values float to x and y values to floats here, and this is the same. I'm giving it double angle for turret, and I'm giving it initial value, so we don't have to give argument every single time we call this function. And I'm giving it center as null to give it the point access point of rotation, and then there is a flip function that can flip the images. Yeah, so let's see what we have here. Yeah, so what my tank is able to do now, what I do is detecting the touches of the button through SDL pull event. So first I made the function using if statement, but I wanted to see if it works, if this function works with switch, and if there is any difference, so I made this. So what I do is I detect SDL k right is keyword for detecting the right arrow key, and if it detects the right arrow key, it increases the x-axis and move the tank forward. Similarly, move the tank backward, and then I have here to change the turret position, to change the turret angle. The function that I'm calling for turret has two extra things. First, I'm passing reference to the point that is giving it the axis of rotation, and then here we have degrees that we are incrementing degrees as we render, and there is for moving x-axis. Let's see how it works. So if I move the tank forward, it will go forward. If I move it backward, it will go backward. If I press A, then it moves the turret up. If I press T, it moves the turret down. So so far I've done this, but the issue that I have here is the motion of the tank is not very smooth. So that's what I've been trying to improve this whole week, and apply gravity and friction on it. That's it for now. See you next time.
Alright, so progress report number 2. I've managed to make the sprite move on screen, although can be done slightly better, I suppose. Abhi tak itna kiya hai. I'm gonna work more on making this a proper curve, and I'm gonna work more on use this in the classes instead of just doing it separately. So this is what I've done so far.
Hello, this is Moviz and I'm back with an update on our object-oriented programming project that we're doing for project at Habib University. I will quickly walk you through the code and go over what I've been able to achieve during the past week. So for now I've been able to get a screen, to get a window and get a background on it, and I've been able to use this sprite sheet, and I've been able to get 3 different kinds of buttons onto my screen, which are for the buttons are meant to represent the normal state of the button, when the mouse is hovering over it, and the state of the button when it is clicked. I have not yet been able to make that happen in collaboration with the mouse motion, but these are the 3 different sprites that I will be using. I'll quickly go through the code, and this is my code. I've used an L texture file, I have used HDL Rex, and I have used the code has been usually mostly inspired by Lazyfoo tutorials. I have most of the code is unimportant at this moment. This is the important part of the code where I have taken this sprite sheet and used it to take a array of HDL rectangles and give them their own separate sprite sheets. This is the main code, and yes, I will attach the file most probably if someone needs it. This is proof that this was the sprite sheet that I am using, and this is proof that the code works. Yes, perfect. Thank you. Bye.